Okay. Hi guys, is this live? I hope you can see it. To me, it says it's live, so it is official. Coffee time for everybody. Hi. Let me quickly post on Twitter that we are live. So, hi guys. Hello, it's coffee time. Are you guys drinking coffee? What are you drinking? Let me know. I'm drinking coffee. Hello. I'm good. I'm better. I was having a lot of health issues. I think you most probably know, but it's way better now. So I think that's good. What are you guys going to be reading today? Are you going to be reading or just going to be doing something else productive? Are you going to write? What are you going to be doing? Yeah, he's the man. I really appreciate you guys. You're always supporting me so much, both of you. Thank you. This is one of my favorite mugs because when you have cats, everything tastes better with cat hair in it. I feel you. Oh yeah, so your Instagram post about finishing that book. Nice. My last week of January, I was supposed to read so much, and I have not read anything. So I'm feeling like tonight I need this time also to read because I am also behind. So what are you guys gonna be picking up? You say you're gonna finish a book. So which one is it gonna be? Which is the one that you didn't finish? Is it because it was too slow, or you just didn't have the time? So which one are you going to pick? Do you have several options? Can we help you decide? Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones. When I saw it, I was like, I need this one as a cat mom. I mean, it's fair. There's cat hair everywhere, no matter how much you clean. Oh, it's late over there. Over here is 7 in the afternoon. I just tried to pick a time. It was so hard to pick a time because everybody lives in a different time zone. And my main goal was to pick a time where everybody's at least awake, even if it's morning or afternoon, but just awake because it's so hard to find a time for everybody. So I hope that it worked for some people. I read Akatar, I think, 2 years ago, and I really enjoyed it. But I don't know, now that they're continuing with the trilogy. Okay, I think I'll pick up the next book and see how it is, but I liked it as a trilogy as well. Hi, Vicky. She's one of my very best friends from where I come from in Spain. So she's just come here to see me embarrass myself. Thank you. Love you so much. I reread. Cool. I've never read that one. What is it about? Yeah, I've also been so busy that the last week of January I have not read much. Here it is 8. Oh, it's just 1 hour difference. Right? I was like, I don't know what to pick, so everybody's just awake. Oh, it's also so we are in the same time zone. Nice. 1 p.m. See, it's still coffee time. For me, it's still coffee time. I made a red velvet coffee. I normally don't have flavored coffee, but I feel like it's a special time. I already had my regular coffee this morning. So, hey guys. Yeah, yeah, laugh about it, laugh hard. Oh, epic fantasy. Wow. Those are, fantasy kind of intimidates me a little bit depending on the book. Even though I have read big chunky fantasy books, but I feel like it has to be something that I'm really invested in. Otherwise, it's just too much because they tend to be so full of, world building and descriptions, and you really have to love the book. Oh no, let us know options. Which ones you have? Maybe we can help you pick up one. Oh, I'm from Spain, but I live in Germany. But I'm often in the Netherlands, so kind of international. I'm all over the place. Nice. I love that for you. I love that for you. I mean, I've read chunky books before, but I've also been meaning to read the Wheel of Time books, but I'm like, it's so much. It's so much. I don't know when that's gonna happen. We shall see. Yeah, so it's basically like It by Stephen King, which I have read a couple of times, but it is chunky. That is harsh as a fantasy, at least for me. Awesome. So I was supposed to finish a thriller that I'm reading, but I'm not so much in the mood for it. But I decided to pick a short book that I'm really intrigued about, and it was a present that I got for Christmas, and that is true crime, because I've heard even the first chapter is already like super intense and disturbing, and I'm like, perfect for a live show, right? So this is, I think, only 150 pages or something like that. So I will probably finish this one today. And it is it is a fiction. It is not a real story, as far as I'm concerned, about two siblings that, after having issues with their parents, I think they go on a killing spree, something like that. So I'm excited to see. A lot of people that I know have read it and enjoyed it. So this is what I'm going to be reading tonight. That's fair. That's fair. I like all genres, to be honest. It's just for certain things I have to be in the mood for it, but I could read nearly anything. Maybe you can try a spooky middle grade, something that it's not too intense for you. Yeah, I'm really excited about true crime. I really like the cover design. I really like it. Yes, it does. It looks intense, but exactly. Except I'm used to true crime and I enjoy it, so I might be smiling like a creep instead of being disgusted by it. We shall see. We shall see. I have read so many disgusting stuff already. Um, but yeah, we can do either 20 minutes or 30 minutes reading sprints as you like. I have everything ready to set up a timer and everything. If I don't mess it up, it's supposed to work. So let me know if you rather do 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So let me know. Right? Oh, is that Shannon Maguire, right? I have the book. I still have not read it uh, because I have heard the second book, it's not coming out until 2022. So I was like, I'm not going to read it now because what if this ends in a big cliffhanger and I have so many other things to read? So I do have middle game, but I still have not read it. So they assemble dead bodies and bring them back to life. We like that. We like to see that. I definitely do. Yep. That sounds like I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm sorry it was a bit too creepy for you, but it sounds like something down my alley. Maybe you could go like, I don't know, V. Schwab has this trilogy of a book about ghost stories, City of Ghosts. Maybe that's a little bit more toned down for you. It's just about ghosts. It's nothing too extreme. Yeah, I've heard that as well. I know some people didn't like it. I do like her writing. I like the Wayward Children. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna like Middle Game as well. But I think I'm gonna wait until we're closer to the release of the second book, so I can then connect to the second book already. Oh no! Oh no! We'll find something for you. We'll find something spooky, creepy that doesn't have to be too intense for you. Then. So why are you guys? You told me you're not drinking coffee. Why are you drinking? My cat is over there now. She's chilling, but she might join us later. I believe a lot of you know her. Missy. There she is. I know. All right, guys. Yeah, little baby. I have her since a year that we got her from the shelter. Yeah. She is sweet now, but when we got her from the shelter, she was a little bit uneducated. She was a little bit more aggressive than now. Now she's fine, but I had to teach her some manners, this lady. So, if you guys you have your books ready, does anybody need any help to decide what they want to read? Let me know. And then we can help you guys decide if you have a couple of options. So far, I have not crashed anything. I was a little bit nervous because me and technology, we don't always get on well, but everybody was like, it's okay. StreamYard is very easy to use. And I'm like, let's hope so. Yeah, that's the thing with cats. You never know what you're gonna get. You never know. I have two cats as well. Luckily, both are very nice, and they never hurt me. But yeah, cats like to bite. Oh, baby teeth. I don't know if I should tell you, but I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. It was not for me. But you can give it a try. I mean, it doesn't mean it's not gonna be for you. I just didn't really vibe with the book. And yeah, I didn't really enjoy it, but give it a try and let me know. Maybe you will like it. I'm also thinking, like in the future, I just wanted to start doing lives at some point this year to kind of like put myself out there and start. But I would like to do like lives where we have other people invited, like guests that can talk with us and can discuss books. We can also have in the future like authors, like independent published authors, things like that, if they would like to join, to ask them questions to help them spread the word about their books. So it's something that I just wanted to bring to the channel at some point. And yeah, so I just had to break the ice and be like, okay, let's do one life, test it out, see if it works. And then in the future, I can invite other booktubers, I can invite some authors, and maybe we can just have some time to talk about books, talk about what we're reading, and motivate each other to do some productive reading sprints or writing sprints. If you want to write a book and you want to come here and use the sprints to write, So anything you want. Yeah. I mean, I think I was sold with Baby Teeth because of the cover. The cover was stunning and I got it and I was so excited. And also I love books about creepy kids. And then the story was just not really vibing for me. I had some I there was like questionable things about an illness from the mother and I don't know, I just didn't like it overall. But you do you, try it, see if it works. I don't know, maybe you will like it. Hey, Brad. He's another booktuber from the horror community. So if you're looking for more people to follow that talk about horror books, Brad is where you want to go to. Hi. Yeah, it's something I wanted to do, but I was a little bit scared, I guess, to see if I can work it out when it comes to the technology, the time when people can join me because I'm in Europe and I feel like a lot of the people are in the United States, so a lot of time differences. But we're gonna learn this year how to do proper live streaming. Oh, House of Leaves. Nice. I don't know the Unikit House, but I do know about House of Leaves. I still have not tried that one myself. But it really intrigues me because of the way the book is formatted and edited. And I know it's also a book that is very polarizing. Not everybody enjoys it, but at some point I want to give it a go. Say hi to Brad. How are you guys? I don't know if you rather do 20-minute sprints or 30-minute sprints. So if you want to break the ice, we can do a 20-minute sprint in which we sit down and read, and then we can let each other know how far we got, if we're enjoying our book, and all of that stuff. Or if you did something else that is not reading, also let us know. I've heard really people are really loving it, but I've heard also people saying that they DNF'd it and they went back to it. Like, I'm not sure where I'm gonna fall. So I'm kind of scared of picking it up, but it is definitely one that it's on that list of books that I know one day I must read. So yeah, definitely one that I will have to pick up. Yeah, you also have not read it. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those books that I see people mention all the time on their booktube videos, and I love the way the book it looks, and I know that it's kind of more not really interactive, but it's like something different than your typical book. So I'm intrigued about that to see how the book goes. But all right, thanks. That's super important. Sometimes expectations have an impact on the way that you enjoy a book or not. If you think, oh, this is really horror, and then you start reading and it's not horror, then you might be disappointing and it might influence the way that you rate the book. So it's good to know that it's not exactly horror. So thanks. Okay, okay. I guess I'll have to add that one to this year's TBR pile. Okay. Oh, I see. I see. I've seen people kind of like showing a little bit of the book, and I thought it was like so interesting. Like, one of those old books with like where you would jump from page to page and things like that. I don't know. It just looked a little bit interactive to me, and that's what really draws me to the book. So I will see. Yes, please. I would like to watch that before I read it. Maybe if it's spoiler free. Definitely. All right. We're gonna do I'm ready here with my book for people that have just joined. I'm going to be reading True Crime because I'm really excited about this one and it's short. So maybe I will be even able to finish it in this live. And I have my Carrie bookmark. We're ready. My cat is somewhere over there. She's ready. Okay. So we're going to do 20 minutes, I feel like it's a good way to start. Let's see. Mhm. There we go. Okay, so if you guys are ready, I will see you all in 20 minutes. All right, guys, the 20 minutes are over. What have you been reading? How far did you get? I have read until page 28 of True Crime. And I mean, what I can tell you, it is disturbing. It is what I signed up for, but I'm enjoying it. It's about these siblings that basically live with their mom, and the mom is the worst person ever, and they just want a way out, and they decide to just break free. Basically, I don't want to give too much spoilers, but they are currently now they left their house, and it's a brother and a sister. But trigger warnings here for basically everything. Yeah, so it is for people, I guess, for people that really like true crime stories, because Alice, the sister, she likes to read true crime stories, and she's kind of obsessed with it a little bit, I would say. But because of her childhood, I don't blame her. Um, so yeah, just keep in mind that it's a little bit disturbing from the get go. Oh no, mute me, go finish, and then come back. Very close. He should finish and come back. Hmm. I don't know. I'm gonna choose Burning Chrome for you. But whatever you're in the mood for, or if there was any that you already planned to read in February, it's nearly February, so it's not really cheating. Hi, Leah. Yeah, this cover is amazing. I absolutely love it, but I am a fan of true crime, so I think it's just stunning. But I guess you gotta be into this kind of stories to love that cover. Exactly. You get a trigger warning and you get a trigger warning. That's how it's going with this book. It's like, is there anything we're leaving out? No? Okay. Fine then. Right? That's basically what I say every time I have to talk about a Richard Layman book. I'm like, trigger warnings for everything. Because most of his books contain all the trigger warnings anyway. So, just to be on the safe side. I mean, I guess you know what you're getting yourself into with this kind of books, but yeah. Yeah. Oh, so you want to continue with the big, heavy fantasy. All right. Maybe, yeah, maybe something short that you're really excited about that's going to just motivate you to then move to the bigger chunk again. No, I have not. I have not. There's so much that I still have not read that I have to read. It's crazy. Before starting my booktube channel, I was not reading so much as now. I think it's something very common for everybody that starts booktube. Most people start reading more once they have a channel, and that's my case too. So I feel like I have missed on so many books and so many authors, and I'm trying to catch up now, and it's hard, but we get there. We're trying our best. I already have my TBR pile for February's packed of books. So, but I'll keep it in mind for the future. Also, House of Leaves. I have to get myself a copy of that book, because now it's like, okay, I'm taking it as a challenge that I have to read that book, that I have to check it out. Also, in February, we're gonna be doing 48 hours of reading and watching horror for the 48 hours Evil-a-thon on the 13th and the 14th of February. So I will try to also do at least one live show that weekend so that we can all talk about the books that we're reading. Oh, he's like layman. Nice. Oh, okay. Very interesting. So does this mean that we have creature feature? Special feature. I'll have to check it out. I mean, I remember the day I discovered Richard Lehman. I feel like I picked a good book because I have read some books by Richard Lehman that I have liked less. But my first Richard Lehman book was Endless Night. And I feel like that was so good. That was so good that thankfully I read that one first because I really love it now. Right? Forever. Same. Like I was reading a lot when I was a kid and when I was a teenager. And then it's not like I stopped reading, but I was reading more like my Stephen King, some thrillers, some popular books, but I was not reading as much as I am now. I did read a Game of Thrones before the show started. So I was reading, but not at the same speed that I'm reading right now. And then I joined BookTube and started watching videos, and I'm like, all these books, all these authors, everything sounds great. Where's my time for this? So just trying to catch up, you know? Hi. Yes, some people were saying that they are reading it or that they want to read it. And I said, I have not read it yet. I'm a little bit intimidated by it because I know it's written or formatted differently. And most people don't really give like a huge synopsis because I think else it's going to spoil the book. So I'm kind of scared, but I really want to get to it. Oh, yeah, she is. I mean, she is a goddess of BookTube. I stan. Maybe I'll read it in March then, so, you know, I can see also what she thinks of the book. Yeah, it is intimidating for me too. So maybe that's gonna push me to finally get to it, to be like, okay, a lot of people are gonna be reading it in March, so I'm not alone. Maybe I'll do that. All right. I know about Ketchum. I have read a couple of books. I also have to keep up with his books, and with Lehman. I'm also slowly going my way through all of Lehman's books. But that is nice that they have also a couple of different stories in that book. No, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I've seen some people talking about it, saying that they DNF'd it and they went back to it. I don't know why. But I always feel like when I see the book, I'm like, I want to read you. I want to read you, but I also am a little bit scared about you. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's the pressure, you know, of liking it or not liking it sometimes. So, the new people, what are you going to be reading? Are you going to read? Are you going to do something else productive? Tell us what you're reading. I mean, I have to finish a thriller, but it's so far very basic, and I only have tonight and tomorrow to finish it, and I have so much to read. But I still decided to pick true crime because I'm more interested in this. The thriller that I'm trying to finish is this one, The Girl in the Woods by Greg Olson. I think it's kind of your typical thriller, but I had a copy, so I wanted to give it a go. And it's about this detective that is called to investigate a possible crime because in the woods, a bunch of kids from school, they found on a school trip a foot, a severed foot, and that's the only thing they have from the possible victim. Is she still alive? It's the foot there because an animal like killed her, or somebody, after doing something to this woman, maybe just threw the foot in the woods. We don't know. I mean, it's not bad, but I've been a little bit in a reading slump the last week of the January, so I still have to get to this one. But I thought for the life I would choose this because I'm really excited about it. Let's see. Maybe because I haven't read anything with footnotes in such a long time. I know that Jay Kristoff does it too. And maybe it's also why I still have not picked up a Jay Kristoff book because I've always considered picking up Nevernight, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. What if I hate it? Maybe it's the fact that I know that it has footnotes, that it's like it's gonna require that extra, attention. Maybe. Yeah, it can happen. Oh, Solaris, interesting. I tried watching the movie, and hot take here, I fell asleep. I didn't like it. But most times the books are better. So is it anything like the movie? I don't know if you've seen the movie, but I do want to read more sci-fi. I feel like I really like sci-fi and I don't read enough, but I mostly like sci-fi combined with a thriller with horror. Hi, Andreas. Hi. It's 7:50. Yes, here too. Ooh, Brazilian coffee, nice, tasty. Sesame Street Cookie Monster mug. That's great. I have so many mugs and I am trying not to buy more, but it's so tempting. It's so tempting. Oh, the footnotes are a separate storyline. Now I know why people get confused. I have read Terry Pratchett before, but I don't remember footnotes. Maybe it depends on the book. I've read a couple of books about the witches. Some of Pratchett's footnotes have footnotes of their own. Man, that's intense. It's like you are, in college or something. Oh, nice. I hope you enjoy it. I thought it was a nice thriller because it's based on a true crime story. And and I liked it. And if anybody likes Rosemary's Baby, I think they might enjoy that book because Bloodline has kind of like the same premise in a way. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Nice. I mean, nowadays it's like, is everything based on books? Like, I don't know anymore. Like, sometimes I find out after I have watched the movie. I'm trying to research beforehand sometimes now because I do prefer to read the book first. I'm one of those OCD people, but I don't always get to the book first. Yeah, I have like a full drawer of mugs plus others somewhere else because they don't fit anymore. It's like shameful. Shame. Yeah. Yeah, my cupboards are done for space as well. I'm just hoping that when I move to a big place, I'm gonna have space for a lot of things that I don't have space currently. If you can see my background over there, that's not all the Funko Pops that I own, you guys. That's not everything that I own. I have Funkos where I have my movies. I have Funkos over there. I might have a problem. Slight problem. I don't buy so many anymore, but also when I move, I want to make like a nice bigger wall of Funkos. Yeah. Yeah, my pops it's funny because I went once to a convention and I saw this Funko Pop of a gremlin and I was like, "Oh, that's cute. I'm going to buy it." Little did I know it was going to start this madness over here. And recently I got this oversized baby over there because Child's Play is one of my favorite movies. Love it. Yeah, right. The Ritual. I have watched the movie as well on Netflix. I have to say, it's one of my favorite Netflix exclusive movies. I thought it was amazing. I also have not read the book, but I want to because I really, really loved the movie. You know, from early age, I have been a hoarder. And I think Funko Pops are perfect for people that love to collect shit, people that just love to collect. It's just, it's addictive. It's an addiction. It's an addiction. Once you get a couple, you just can't stop yourself. It's a problem. It is. I've stopped myself and I just collect now selected horror pops. But before I was buying any type of pops and genres, anything that I could find, and that was not a good idea. Right? I feel like a lot of people are like, I don't want to get not even one because then I'm not going to be able to stop. And that's fair because that's what happened to me. I bought one and I loved it. And then I started buying more. And yeah, then this craziness happened. Hoarding books is kind of an addiction as well. Uh, yeah, I do have a lot of books, for example, that I have not read, but I also keep getting more because it is an addiction. Um, it's complicated because when I was living in Spain, I didn't have too many books myself. I used to get everything from the library, but now that I live in Germany and I want to start collecting my own books and have my own collection, then there's so many things that I want to collect because I never really started collecting books and I feel like I want to get everything at once and that's not possible. So, yeah, it's kind of like an addiction as well. Oh, nice. Good to know. So you love the movie and then you read the book. And it does. Normally when you read a book, it adds so much more to the story and the characters because obviously you don't have so much time on screen. So I'm always somebody that wants to check out books if I can before movies, but I also watch so many movies from my other channel that it's impossible for me to read all of the books before I check out the movies. So, but I will check that book for sure. Oh, Elvira's so cute. Yeah, I have a couple of pop keychains, but I never really started collecting those. Funko started with the regular pops, and now they do so many different things like vinyls and the candy ones. And I just decided to only collect Funkos because otherwise it's gonna get even more ridiculous. Yeah, I'm excited too for that book. Seriously. Yeah, The Ritual is the movie was really good. If you guys have not checked it out, it's on Netflix. It's an exclusive. You definitely should. All right, you guys. So I think we're gonna shortly start another sprint so that we can all read. So I hope you're all ready. Let's go. I'm gonna start sharing screen with you guys. And we're going to start reading for another 20 minutes or doing anything productive you want to do, guys. And I'll see you in 20 minutes. All right, you guys, the 20 minutes are over. So I grabbed more coffee because we need refill. We need refill. And I made it to page 56. It's getting more disturbing. We didn't know, but it's getting more disturbing. We thought it couldn't, but it did. And it's interesting because it brings up the concept of once you kill one person, does it get easier to keep killing? Do you stop like having feelings and just going on a killing spree? It's interesting. And I like that the girl is like super into true crime and knows all of these stories. So, yeah, very disturbing. Trigger warnings for everything. Like I said, if you want to pick this one up. So, let's see where we were. We were. Oh, so you started burning Chrome. Nice. This is a gremlin. She talks a lot. I know, I know. Yeah, the people want to see you. I know. She's not amused. Hmm. So yeah, I don't know how long we're gonna do the live. It depends how long you guys want to keep doing sprints. This is the first try, so we'll see. I also don't know about the time because, like I said, it's hard to find a time where everybody is awake. And also I am awake. Maybe I'll try to do the next live a little bit later to see if it's better for you guys somewhere else with different time zones. It's just kind of hard to make it, for everybody to be able to join. Slow but steady, that's good. The Well of Ascension, almost halfway. That's good. Do you have to finish it before February, or do you guys do like TBR piles for the month, or you just read whatever whenever? 5 pages of Solaris, good. And then I got caked and watched YouTube videos. That's fair. That's valid. We like it. I love that. Life happens. Sometimes I had to go get more coffee, and I gave a little treat to my cats to keep them happy too. You know, no TBRs. That's fair. I just feel like for me, if I don't have a set TBR pile, I would read a lot less. I feel like if I have a TBR, it's kind of like a challenge. And I'm like, I have to do it. I have to read all of these books. And I make a plan, very OCD. I'm a Virgo. That's what we do, very OCD. And then I get through a lot more books. I feel like if I would just mood read, I would read way less. And considering how many books I want to get to, having a set TBR pile is the best for me to really read a lot. You try to have a TBR for the month, but I'm also a mood reader. Yeah, I mean, I can change it as well sometimes if I have a set TBR, but there is a book that I really am not feeling like I don't want to get into it for whatever reason, and I have another one that it's like staring at me and I really want that one, I will change it. A TBR pile doesn't mean I cannot read anything else. It just means, I have a base and I have something to grab when I need a book, but I can also add or skip books that I put on the TBR pile. Everything is possible, but like having that base, I think it helps me personally. I do TBR piles, but I'm a mood reader, so I hardly ever stick to them. Happens. I'm trying to focus on getting all the series that I currently own either finished or cut up. I started the year at 70. That is so hard. I also feel like I have so many plans and things I want to finish, things I want to start. And January comes around and we feel like we have all this time. But when we realize it's already like May or June and we start freaking out. So there is some trilogies and book series that I want to also finish or catch up with. So good luck to us. Good luck to us. It's always a struggle. I have a new rule for 2021. Let's hear it. I buy a book, it is the next thing I'm reading. Okay. That is why Naomi's Room is next. That is a good theory. That is a good thing to do. Um I do read a lot of new books that I buy because there are new releases. I want to read more new releases because I think it's good to, support and get new books. And also, I would like to give my feedback on new books if you guys are considering of picking them up or not, so you have some first impressions as well. But I also want to get to my old TBR pile because I have so many unread books on my shelf. So it's kind of like I'm trying to mix it up. I really want to read Naomi's Room. I also heard good things about it. I don't own it, so it's not a priority because, like I said, I need to get to my physical TBR pile. I'm always overly optimistic. Yes, January is like, we got it, clean slate. This year, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to read all of these books. All the good feelings of January. My plan is to pick 12 series to focus on every 6 months. It makes it less intimidating for me. Yeah, I feel like you also have to be realistic because otherwise you're going to burn yourself out and you're not going to want to do that anymore. So, for me, I have developed a system to mix up my TBR. So every month I did a video on my TBR card organization. And basically, every month I read like one YA horror, one non horror, one middle grade, one new release, one old TBR, one ebook, like to make sure that I am trying to catch everything that I want to read. So we'll see if it works out better than last year for me. I'm definitely trying to have a balance of reading older books and new releases. Same, same. It's hard, yes. Also, because sometimes I see books on sale and I'm like, awesome, I'm gonna get that. So I keep adding books to my TBR pile. It's a curse. Or you're watching somebody's video and they're talking so good about a book and you're like, I'm gonna need that book right now and I'm gonna read it, and you just smash away all your TBR pile. Happens. I've read another book by the author, a thriller about voodoo. Oh, nice. Mm, I see. It was not the best. Yeah, thrillers, you know what happens with thrillers. They're such a hit or miss. Like, I love thrillers. I think thrillers are kind of like a guilty pleasure. I hope nobody gets offended if I say that, but I feel like thriller movies and thriller books, it's kind of like a guilty pleasure. Some of them are awesome and others are just average. And then we have ones that are just extremely disappointing, but you just cannot stop reading them for some reason. So I do love a good thriller, but I find that a lot of times I just get an average thriller. So I'm always looking for good thriller recommendations. Sale books are my biggest downfall. I know. I know. I mean, lucky or unlucky for me, where I live, I cannot really go to physical sales. I think if I would live somewhere in the States where you can go to like garage sales or like these library sales, I would just, it will happen like it happened here with this, but with books. So mostly I order a lot online because here the bookstores don't have too many English books, and the ones that they have are just the commercial ones. So since I'm trying to read a bit more independent horror and all of that, I end up ordering most of the things online. Hopefully he's more suited to horror then. It could be, some people, depending on the genre that they pick to write, the book might be better or worse. It depends. I'm interested now to know because, it's interesting to see an author really writing completely different genre. So it's called The Night of Seventh Darkness. Hmm. All thrillers around exotic cultures. I read a book that had to do with black magic as well. It was The Hollow Ones, I think it was called, from Guillermo del Toro and Chuck. Oh, I always forget his name. Poor guy. So, anyways, it's like a new series or a new trilogy. It's from the two authors of The Strain. And it's also a thriller that has black magic in it. Ooh, the pen name Daniel Easterman. That is a very interesting, funny name for a pen name. Very interesting. Jonathan, The Silence of Ghosts. Gothic mood. Ooh, let's see. Okay, okay. I'll be adding that one. Yes, Chuck Hogan. Yes, thanks. I always forget his name. I'm like, Guillermo del Toro, I love you. Hi. And then the other guy's like, Chuck, what was his name? Yeah, Chuck Hogan. Yeah, The Strain was an amazing trilogy about vampires that was different from your typical vampire stories. I also like the show. I think they did a good job. And yeah, the Hollow Ones just came out last year, and it's supposed to be also book one from kind of like a thriller detective story that includes black magic. And I really enjoyed it, but I'm biased because I just love everything that Guillermo touches. So hard-boiled crime thriller with horror elements, John Connolly. Yeah, we know this name. Every dead, every dead thing. I'll take that one out. I'm gonna add that one before I forget because we all forget. So let's add that to my endless list. There it is. There it is. Oh, I see it's book one of like a Charlie Parker thriller. So I'm guessing that's the detective's name. Nice. It's available. I'm gonna put it on my wish list. Thanks for the recommendation. Yes, that's what happens in booktube. It happens to me every day. I watch people's videos and I'm like, I really want to get that one. I really want to get that one. I have such big wish list of books. It's a little bit ridiculous at this point, but it's what happens. It was what happens. But I mean, that's kind of like the point, to get excited about books, to read books. I'm trying not to buy too much this year because I am planning to move at some point. I don't know when. It can be in half a year, it can be in 1 year, but moving has a lot of costs and also books are very heavy. So I'm gonna try my best to not overdo it this year with book purchases, but we shall see. It's always the nice promises we do in January. Larry Barron's latest Isaiah's Coleridge trilogy also moves into horror more with each book of the series. That's nice. I do like thrillers that touch a little bit kind of like with horror as well as my sci-fi. I like it when it's combined with horror the best. So my Goodreads TBR is now almost at 1,000. Amazing. Maybe we'll get there today with all of these great recommendations. Yes, let's just keep adding. I never did a Goodreads TBR because before I joined Goodreads, I already had my own wish lists. So I never really took the time to update Goodreads when it comes to like TBRs or wish lists. But I feel like I should do a list of all the owned books that I have not read yet so that I also can see them listed there anytime I need. I'm also planning on moving soon and I'm scared of my books because I'm on the top floor right now with only stairs. Same. I live in the last floor. Uh, and there's also only stairs here. It's an older building. Uh, and I know how heavy my books are. And when I talk about moving with my partner, he's always like, "But your books." And I'm like, "I know. Great workout for free." I don't even know how to pack them anymore. Last time I moved, I tried to pack them together with clothes or things that are not so heavy, but the boxes with books always end up being so heavy. It's ridiculous. Connolly goes into low level urban fantasy territory. That's nice. That's something else I really want to read is more urban fantasy or paranormal fantasy, paranormal horror stories, something like that. But again, I'm lacking the time. There's so many series like urban fantasy series and things. There's some by even Shanna Maguire, I think, and I just don't know where to start. It's overwhelming. I got my TBR under 1000 last year. That's good. I mean, it's still a lot, but at least it's not getting more. You girls are an architect's worst nightmare. Yes. Like, yes. Like with all of my collectibles and everything that I have to pack, like I don't want to freak out, but I'm considering already starting to pack things, even if I don't even know when I'm going to move, because I feel the day that I start packing, I'm not going to be able to pack everything on time. Because all of the Funko Pops, I cannot just put them in a random box. They have to go back to their original box because there is this plastic in the inside that it's formed to fit the pop. So I can only put the pop in the original box. So all the boxes are in my basement. I still have some in boxes, like the exclusive ones, the signed ones. Some of them, the expensive ones, I have on the box, but most of them, as you can see, are out of the box. So I have to look and match the boxes to the pops of all of them. Yay! It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, you guys. It's gonna be fun. I think when I move, I should do moving blogs. How I packed all my shit and how I moved. I have so many statues, and those need to go back into their boxes. Same. And they're also kind of heavy. I have a couple of statues here. Most of the statues that we own are at my partner's apartment. I have a Hellboy here. I have a Leatherface and a small Chucky, but Chucky is not a statue. But I do have a lot of collectibles that do have to go back to their original boxes. And I'm like, should I start sorting out boxes on my basement? Like, I'm already stressing out and I don't even know where I'm going to move or when. But it's the feeling of, when you're a collector and you're like, I have to pack all my stuff. The moving vlogs would be great. Yeah, I would like to do it because I honestly enjoy moving vlogs so much. There's something about them. Recently, Sarah from Possessed by Horror. I don't know if you guys know her. She doesn't have a booktube channel, but she talks about horror movies, and she has, I think, two channels, one for more like chill blogs and another one to talk more horror movies and things like that. And I really love her channels. And she recently moved, and I just love seeing people packing their stuff, unpacking their stuff, moving. I don't know, moving vlogs are I don't know, really entertaining to me. A couple of booktubers from the Netherlands moved not long ago and also did vlogs about it, and I'm like, it looks a lot of fun. So I might just vlog my experience when the time comes and my struggles to pack everything and to move. I'm gonna move countries, so it's gonna be extra challenging. I don't know how big the truck is gonna have to be to move everything, but yeah, we shall see. We shall see. It's gonna be exciting though, because when you move somewhere new, you can rearrange your books again. You can rearrange everything again. So yeah. Hi. Hello. I think for our next live during the Evil-a-thon, I'm gonna try to see if I can bring a guest so that we can do all the sprints together, so that we have somebody else also to comment and talk to us. So, have more company. I just wanted to try out first to see how this all works, but I think it's going pretty well because I have not broken anything yet on my computer. So that's good. I love watching people unpack and decorate their new place when they're really excited to make their new home exactly how they want it. Exactly. So I live in a small apartment, but I live in a big city, so it means everything is expensive here. And I have a long distance relationship, and we've decided that it's about time to move together, put all our movies together, and everything, all the games, all the collectibles. And so we are looking into buying a house at the moment. But we know because of the situation that we have, it's been a little bit more challenging. We wanted to start looking last year already, but yeah, it didn't happen. So I'm hoping that this year it's going to happen. And then it's going to be like our own place. We're not going to have like a landlord, so we really can make it as we wanted. So yeah, I'm really excited to. I want to have a room only for doing videos, doing lives, and my partner wants to help me with the lighting and everything. So I'm really excited about that. Really, really excited and pumped to have like a new background and everything new and fresh. So yeah, really excited about all of that. So you guys, do you want to do one more sprint, or do you just want to call it a night? Or well, a night for me. It's 8:40 over here, but I don't know if you guys want to do one last sprint, or if you have to go somewhere. I don't know. Just let me know, and we can see if we squeeze in a last sprint or not, depending on what you guys feel like. But this book is really great if anybody loves true crime and you are not scared about reading things that are really traumatizing and disturbing and messed up. I mean, I'm only 50 pages in, but I already know that I'm gonna love it because I love the characters so much. So, my girls are ready for another sprint. Nice. Let me know. Are you reading Baby Teeth? How is it going? You haven't said anything. Is that good or is it bad that you haven't commented on it? Let me know. And then we can do one last sprint for 20 minutes. This book is giving me vibes of when you watch these true crime documentaries in a way, and you get to be on the mind of the murderers and stuff. It is told from the perspective of the sister and how she sees things. And sometimes her thinking is so cold blooded. It reminds me, of these documentaries. And I think that's why I'm loving it so much as well, because I am fascinating by true crime stories. Just to have a glance at the minds of these people is just super fascinating to me. So yeah, let's gonna do a last 20 minutes sprint, you guys. So grab your books. Let's get the timer ready. Okay. All right, you guys, I'll see you again in 20 minutes. Ooh. And we're back. So I'm currently on page 82. Oh no, you put it down because it started talking about something regarding the health that I have a fear of because my own health issues. Yeah, that's what I was mentioning before. There were some things about the health of the mother that I didn't like the way it was handled in the book. We're talking about baby teeth. And I don't know, I finished the book, but I didn't love it, to be honest. I was very disappointed. I had higher expectations, I guess. And I didn't like it. And I thought maybe I'd read it another time. Yeah. I mean, you can just put it down and see if you feel like it in another time, or see if you can find an audiobook or something that's going to help you read it faster. Because I felt like it was a little bit of a chore for me to read that one. Let me. If you hear my cat, he's asking for food, but he's going to have to wait. John Connolly also co edited a great anthology with more than 100 essays by mystery writers. That's awesome. Their favorite thrillers called Books to Die For, which I can recommend a lot. That's a great recommendation. I love that. I love that. I really like to read short horror stories or anthologies. But I tend to read like one story a month or something like that. I've tried to read like this type of anthologies in one go, and it's just too much. It burns me out. So what I do now is I spread them throughout the year. But it's nice sometimes just to read one short story when you don't have too much time before bed or something, but you still want to read something. Yeah. So in this beautiful book, we keep escalating with messed up stories. Just reporting back here. I'm on page 82 and it has, I think, 150 pages. So I'm definitely gonna finish this one tonight. But the level we're getting here of creepiness, trigger warnings for a lot of stuff, like I said. And it's interesting because the book is commenting like these are siblings that are committing crimes, right? But the story is being told from the sister's perspective, and she acknowledges that animals, for example, um, they are such nice beings and we treat them so badly. And it's nice to see that, especially when it comes from somebody that doesn't know the boundaries between good and evil. And they mention that the things that are evil, it's basically things made by men or things that men have done, like in general humans. So I thought that was an interesting. There is a book that it is very short, but it has so many questions that is putting out there when it comes to crimes and things like that. Really enjoying it. So I think I'm gonna finish this one today. So it's gonna count for my January TBR, which is good because, like I said, I was lacking a little bit the last week of January. I was not so much in a reading mood, but sometimes we need to do other things. I hope you guys manage to read something in these reading sprints. It's something that I would like to do more often, like I said, because I feel like reading sprints motivates us to read a little bit, to sit down, um, or to write, or to draw something. I don't know, whatever you need to do to work on an essay. I do connect to live sprints from other booktubers as well when I need to get some reading done. I feel like it really helps me. So I hope that you guys are enjoying this live, and I'll definitely want to make more, especially for the Evil-a-thon or the events like that. Bloodline is good so far. The couple just arrived, so they just got, I guessing, to the man's hometown. There are some moments that make you feel as if something is off. Exactly, the billboard windows of opposing houses that are open at exactly the same height. Yeah, the book did such a good job at making you feel this unsettling feeling, like something was off with the people, with the town, like you can tell something is weird, like this Stepford Wives, like this kind of feeling like something cannot be right when people are too perfect, everything sounds too good, and it starts to get borderline creepy. But I really love that book because of that. This is my first time participating in a live reading sprint. Nice. I discovered live sprints last year when people started doing more, I guess because of the pandemic. And I felt like it was such a good way to not be alone at home, like connecting with other people, talking a little bit, especially when I start bringing guests into the lives. And also, it motivates you to read a little bit. I think we can all use a little bit of motivation in the current times. And I loved life. Like reading sprint so much that I decided, why not doing myself? I don't think there is any horror booktuber that does live reading sprint. So I was like, let's make it happen for all the people that want to come. But you can read anything. Obviously, you don't have to read horror to join here. You can read whatever you want. Um, but like as a horror booktuber, I was like, I need to start doing lives. It's going to be so much fun. Also, I feel like it will slowly we will get to know each other better as well, because it's like a more direct connection, and I really enjoy that as well. So I thought, let's do it, let's make it happen in 2021. I was a little bit scared because I was like, are people want to join, are they gonna have fun? But everything begins with starting, and we can all just get better from here. So at least it's a start. I love live reading sprints, same. I like the chit chat, kind of breaking up reading. I feel like I can read for longer because of that. Me too. I have discovered, thanks to reading sprints, that it's really good for me to take breaks and not just try to read for like 2 hours straight. So sometimes now, even if I'm not joining a reading sprint, I put a timer on my phone and I read for like 20 or 30 minutes, and then I take a 10-minute break or 20-minute break to do something else. And then I put again my timer for a reading sprint. So I do my own personal reading sprint, and it's helped me so much. I don't know why, but it helps. And that's why I also want to participate in other people's streams, but also want to start doing my own. I don't know how often, maybe like twice a month, something like that. We shall see. Depends on if you guys are interested. Also, I would like to know. I'll probably do some polls on Twitter to see which days of the week, which times are better. But like I said, it's hard. It's like, those memes of people trying to do math with all of those, equations. That's how I felt trying to put a time for everybody, because I feel like we're all in so different time zones, and we all have different like works, occupations, studies. And yeah, it's hard, but I would like to do it when the most people, of course, can join. So yeah, you're a little bit late. Maybe if everybody else also want to do a last sprint, we can still do one more. I mean, for me, it's still 9, so it's not too late for me to do another sprint. So welcome. I'm currently reading true crime and really enjoying it. So if everybody else is also okay for another sprint, we can of course do it. I don't have any specific time. This time was great for me, Saturday afternoon in Toronto. Yeah, it's Saturday afternoon here as well. So I feel like I wanted to do the first live stream on a weekend to try also to, you know, be available for as many people as possible, because most people work during the week. I know some people might have weekend jobs as well. But yeah, I thought Saturday afternoon would be the best. I know for some people it's the morning or it's like noon, but still, I just chose a time where most people were going to be at least awake, because a lot of the people that I follow, they do some live streams when for me it's like 2 a.m. and I'm like, I can't do that. It's too late. So I just try to be as inclusive as possible, but it's hard. Toronto, nice. I'm from Nova Scotia. Oh, nice. People from all over the place. I've always wanted to go to Canada. It's very funny. I don't know why, but when I was a kid, I was obsessed. I wanted to go to Canada. I even had like a little flag in my room. Such a weirdo. Like, I don't know. I didn't know anybody from Canada. I just thought it was cute and I wanted to go. I don't know, but I've never been. So an Evil-a-thon reading spring would be great. Yeah, that's gonna happen for sure. I don't know if I'm gonna do one in Saturday and one on Sunday, or maybe I'll just do what some people do for readathons, which is to do a really long live sprint. So I don't know, but it definitely will happen on February the 13th, which is a Saturday. I might just start the live and see if how many people are joining, for how long, and just stay awake for as long as you guys want to keep reading some horror, watching horror. If you're somebody that don't like horror, or horror books are too much for you, you still can join. Please feel free. Yeah, fellow Canadian. Those are my Canadian people. I would like to travel at some. I mean, right now, the idea of traveling is out the window, but I've always wanted to travel. I've always wanted to go to the States, of course, and to Canada and all of that. So many places I would like to go to. But yeah, right now it's impossible. So yay. Good times for me. But yeah, that's the plan. Also for doing lives during the Evil-a-thon. It's gonna be 48 hours. We're gonna read a lot of horror, spooky middle grades, YA horror, whatever you feel like. If you want to just read horror graphic novels, mangas, whatever you want. Yeah, and I will do some live sprints. I'm gonna see that I bring maybe at least one guest, maybe two guests, so that we have more people to chat. And then I'll probably start around the same time that I started this live and just keep going, like I said, for as long as people want to. I was never really interested in travel, and now that I can't, I really want to travel, and I'm thinking of all the places I want to go. The fun thing is, like, it's just the how I felt like, oh, I will have time to travel. I cannot do it right now because of money or because of time, but I'll have time to travel. And then you're reminded that sometimes you just gotta take the chances when they come because you never know what the future is gonna bring. So now I'm kind of sad that I didn't travel more, but I'm hoping that the situation is going to get better during the year. I don't expect it to be over anytime soon, but hopefully we can all travel safe in the future. That's the hope. I haven't been able to go to Spain, so I haven't seen my parents in 2019. And it sucks. And it's hard because I have a really good relationship with my parents, thankfully. And we do some video chats, but it's not the same. And it's hard when you are taken the chance to see your family. It's not easy sometimes. 2020 has been one of the worst years, to be honest, of my life. So I think that's also why I enjoy doing joining live streams as well, because you get that connection with people that you follow, and it's nice to talk and distract yourself a little bit of the poop situation that we're in right now in the current times. So I knew that lives were something that I also wanted to do myself, to try to cheer us up a little bit, even though we're talking now about poop situations. But yay. Let me know what you're going to be reading, A. Rodriguez, because you joined and you said you want to do another sprint. So, what book are you reading? Let us know. We want to know in the comments. And also, since you didn't follow with Baby Teeth, what are you reading now? I think you didn't mention. So, let me know. And we will get ready for another reading sprint. I'm in Spain, but I can see my family in Andalusia. It must be hard to be even further. I know. My family and friends, they all live in in Valencia in the Mediterranean coast, and I just have not been able to go and see my family or my friends. And I mean, even my parents, where they live, they're not allowed to leave the area at all as well. So I know that also a lot of families, friends, and even partners are completely separated because of the situation. So it's definitely hard times for everybody. But I mean, I always say that for me, the most important thing is that my parents are safe, that they're healthy, and hopefully I'll get to see them soon. You know, that's how I try to get by. But yeah, it's really hard, to be honest. Nice. So I think we're going to do one more reading sprint since it was requested. And I'm going to go get more coffee as well because it's empty and that can happen. That's catastrophe. So I'm gonna go grab coffee. We're all gonna be reading for 20 minutes. Let me share the screen. There we go. And I will see you all guys in 20 minutes. Okay, you guys, so that was another 20-minute sprint. And I'm in page 112. So I think I have like maybe 30 pages left. I don't have much left. I have like this wee little bit left. So I might finish it. Probably gonna finish tonight. I like the book because even though it is messed up and it's disturbing, it's written so well and it has many like sentences that I'm like, oh, I would like to note that down, you know? Definitely a book that I would like to reread. It's easy to read, entertaining, even though it's messed up. But I feel like this is gonna become a new favorite, and I'm gonna definitely reread this in the future. So far, I don't know what to expect about the ending because I'm getting close, and I cannot really tell where this is gonna go, which is also kind of exciting. But we shall see. So this sounds so Spanish, but I'm currently reading Patria. Yeah, that sounds extremely Spanish. But hey, you know, oh, she left us. Unfortunately, I have to head off. Thank you so much for the live stream. It was really great. And I can't wait to join more of them. Oh, she's such a great, great support. She's been thinking of making her own booktube channel. So we're going to make some pressure. So she does. So we can enjoy her more. Take care, everyone. I read 20 pages or so. That's very good for 20 minutes. Very good. I got to the end of part 2. Yay! Amazing. That's progress. We love to see that. That's good. I mean, I don't know if I would have read today if I wouldn't have done the live, and I've basically nearly finished this book. So, you know, that's what these lives are good for. And it really motivates me to read. So I'm glad it worked for some of you too. I watched the TV show, and well, by the way, do you have any German horror books recommendations? I don't read many German books. The only ones I have read have been fantasy or like thrillers. In Germany, they love thrillers. There is thrillers everywhere. There's so many thriller books, thriller shows, movies. They love the genre here so much. So there's a lot of thrillers. And I've read a couple of fantasies, but I've never really dug deeper into the German uh, book. But I did read a Dutch book. It was called Hex. I don't know the author now, but it was really good. It was actually really good. Let me see if I can type that in for you guys. It was like a kind of like a witch, uh, a book about witches, but very different. Let me see. Hi, Tiffy. So Hex, it is by that's the one. And that is a Dutch book, but I read it translated into English. And I picked it up actually at I think it was a convention or something. They had books and I picked it up. And it was a pleasant surprise because it was a witch story, but completely different from other things that I have read. So that was really interesting. But yeah, maybe I should, you know, I wanted to do more videos dedicated also to like horror Spanish books or horror German books, things like that. But I also need the time to read enough or compile enough of the books that I have read to make those recommendations. And also the fear is, are these books translated? Because if I recommend you guys books and they are not translated into English or whichever language you like to read, you know, then it's kind of like, what do we do? Thank you. I'm studying an A2 level. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I learned German while I was still in Spain, but I felt like I also learned so much more when I came here because I had no other choice. Basically, if I went somewhere to a shop, I had no other choice. It was either explaining myself in German or you know, there's a lot of people that speak English, but it's mostly the younger generations. So it's not so easy. Hex was interesting. It was. I liked it. It had like a different vibe from your typical like witches stories, and I really liked the atmosphere of that book. I went to check it out on Goodreads, and it's already on my TBR. I should bump that closer to the top. Yeah, that happens to me too. Sometimes I'm watching people like making a book haul or recommending books, and I'm like, oh, I need to add that to my wish list. And then it tells me it was already in your wish list. It's been moved to the top. And I'm like, of course it was already there. Like, I forget I have so many. Yeah, Hex was good. I enjoyed it. And it's one of those books that I just picked without knowing anything about it. I just saw it in a convention. I read it was about witches, and I'm like, I'm just gonna pick it up, and it turned out to be a great surprise. So, you never know. I feel like a lot of the books that are about witches tend to be fairly similar, and this one was different, and that's why I liked about it. I still like to read books about witches, but I feel like I said, most of them are going for the same kind of expected plot, which they can be still enjoyable. There's a tradition of classic German horror fantastic literature. Yeah, E.T.A. Hoffmann, I know that name. Wakefield Press is a good place for translations of classic German fantastic novels and stories. Thank you so much for the recommendation. Yeah, I never know, if the German or Spanish books are translated, and I want to only recommend things that I know everybody has access to. So if you're looking for some German horror fantastic literature, you can check the Wakefield Press. Thanks, Andreas, for the tip. That's great. Same. Yeah, I know. It's like, I have accept. I think the worst is accepting also that all the books that you have on your TBR or planned or wish list, probably not all are going to happen. It's sad, but it's true. This year, I want to make better choices because I feel like even though I read a lot last year, I still have like an average of 3.5 stars rating. Like, I'm gonna try to make better choices to pick books that I feel like I'm really gonna love and not fall into the hypes, which I know we all do. We all do. Um, but yeah, the goal is to make better choices. But I have many lists of books that I want to get to. It's a little bit overwhelming. I have like lists of fantasy books, horror books, like all of these different things, like new releases. I have so many different lists, and it's a little bit overwhelming. But I even have ebooks lists, everything. Well, thank you so much, you guys, for joining. We've been going for like nearly 3 hours. Crazy. It seems like it's been 20 minutes, to be honest. That's great because, especially with the current situation, I've been working from home for nearly a year. So I don't even see my colleagues anymore. I don't take public transportation anymore. So I don't see anybody, only the people at the supermarket. Here currently, we have a lockdown. So all the stores are closed except the basic needs, like pharmacies or supermarkets. So it is good to socialize, even if it's just online. Because otherwise, it's kind of depressing at some point, when you're just by yourself all the time. Even though I'm kind of an introverted person, but being so isolated for so long has taught me that even being kind of like an introvert, I still need people. Oh, hi. There's Lilith on the background making her appearance. Yes, I'm trying to read from my own TBR, but I'm getting a lot better at figuring out which books I know I love. So hopefully my average rating goes up this year. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, when they join BookTube, we all have the same problem. We want to read it all, and we want to buy all the books because we discovered this new portal to this new world of books. And I've mentioned this before in my videos, but I went from reading kind of middle grade to Stephen King. So I didn't really have a YA phase. And when I joined BookTube, I started seeing all of these YA books that are so popular and everybody was loving them. And I started buying so many books. When I started my BookTube channel, I was buying books like a crazy person. And I feel like now I have so many books that I'm no longer so interested in. And so I'm trying now to make better choices, not only picking them up to read from my shelves, but also when it comes to buying. And I don't want to buy things just because the hype or because it was popular. But yeah, I definitely bought too many books when I started my BookTube channel because of, discovering this new world. There are so many horror classics I haven't read yet. Same. Grady Hendrix' Paperbacks from Hell was a revelation to me. Same. I bought that book on one of my trips to London. It seems like so long ago now that I cannot travel to London anymore. I really like to travel to the UK because in part it's easy because we speak the language. And at Waterstones, I found a copy of Paperbacks from Hell signed, and I bought it and I loved it. And it is so hard to get the old horror paperbacks. I'm trying my best to find them used, but it's so hard to find them, and some of them are so expensive. But I would like to slowly build up my collection of old horror paperbacks from 70s, 80s, and 90s. And I'm also trying to collect all the older, like point horror books and all of these things and all the Goosebump books, because I didn't collect books when I was younger. I would get them from the library, and now I feel like I want to build my own horror library. So slowly we're gonna get them. Same. I didn't have a YA phase at all. You feel me? And now I'm catching up on it, but there's some that I bought a while ago that I know I'm not going to like that much now. Same thing. Like some of them I've even unhold at this point because I'm being realistic. I'm not going to read them. Um it's just the hype when you start your booktube channel or you discover booktube as a viewer as well, and you really want all the books because they all sound so good, and then with time you learn which books work for you and which don't. And I feel like I've learned a lot, and that's why I think I'm scared to read popular YA books like Nevernight or things like that. I do want to read the Shadow and Bone trilogy because in April, Netflix is releasing the TV show. And I want to read the trilogy before I watch the show because I just want to give it a go. I'm a little bit scared because maybe they're not for me, but I'm really interested. So I'll definitely check that one out. And I also bought The Raven Boys because a booktuber that I really like to watch, Olivia's Catastrophe, she really loves The Raven Boys. So I bought that one too, but I still have not read them. But I think Shadow and Bone is going to probably be my next YA fantasy book that I'm gonna try because in April we're getting the show, and I wanna read the books first. I don't know what to expect, to be honest. I have stayed spoiler free, but yeah, I really want to give it a try. And I've seen they have now new limited edition, at least from the first book. So I'm gonna grab that one because it's priced nearly the same as the regular book. So I'm gonna get myself that one. I bought that trilogy too because of the show, and I want to read them first. Same. Like if I know, I also have not watched yet. Pretty Little Things, I think it's called, a Tiny Little Things, like this kind of YA thriller that Netflix has also released. Because I'm like, I'll wait for to read the book first. I've heard the show is not that great, but when I know Netflix is coming with something and I have time to get the books and read them, then I try to. And I definitely want to do it with Shadow and Bone because I have the feeling, because it's like a fantasy thing. I feel like if I don't read the books first, it's gonna spoil it for me. So I really want to get to the books first. So hopefully, maybe in March I'll read the whole trilogy. I don't know, because when you realize it is already April, like I'm thinking now, like my February TBR pile is full. So I have to read 3 books until April. Oh well, maybe March. There's a recent collection of 3 magazines on horror classics that is a similar vein as Paperbacks from Hell. It's a collected pulp horror edited by Justin Marriott. It is in black and white, but well, oh, that's good to know. I think I'm gonna check that one out as well. I love this kind of compilations of like old movies or books or things like that. It helps so much also to know which books you're missing for the collection, to discover books that you never heard of. So I love those kind of things. Honestly, Netflix makes me buy so many books. That's correct. I also bought a lot of books because of Netflix. Let's be honest. Even books that I didn't know if I would like or not, but I was like, damn, they're coming up with a show or a movie. I think I want to read the book first. One issue focuses on horror in space, another on Valancourt books. That's awesome. That sounds so cool. It does. I want to buy that now too. See, we're making each other buy books. This is my cat's butt. Behold. Excuse me, ma'am. But yeah, the thing is, I started buying more books when I came to Germany, and so I feel like I have so much to catch up with, but I also need to make better choices. There's just too much out there, you guys. There's just too much out there. I tried to get some more ebooks from genres that I maybe only read once, like some thrillers or some romance. I don't read romance so much, but sometimes, or some really popular books. And if I like the ebook, I can still get a physical copy. So there's a lot of things that if the ebook is available and affordable, I would rather pick the ebook. Or some ebooks go on sale on Amazon for like 99 cents, and then I'll grab it and see if I like it. But I am somebody that really reading physical books is such a different experience that sometimes I'm scared that I'm not gonna love a book as much as I could if I had the physical copy. I don't know. That's kind of like a thought. I don't think I could ever go and read only ebooks. I don't think I would ever be able to do that. I'm just trying to get more ebooks of the books that I think I'm not gonna love so much, maybe just to be on the safe side, because my physical TBR pile is a little bit ridiculous. And I don't have space right now in this apartment for too many more new books. I do unhauls regularly of books that I only gave like 1 or 2 stars, or that I know I'm never gonna reread. But yeah, that's the plan, to make better choices in 2021, you guys. All right, so I think we're gonna wrap it up because we've been live now for 3 hours and you guys might be tired of my face. My ebook collection is out of control because I can see them, so they're out of sight, out of mind. Right. So I have the same problem. I forget which ebooks I have, and every month I never include them into my TBR piles. And that is why this year I made these list of topics, like things that I have to read every month. And one of those things is ebook. So every month I'm going to read one ebook, because otherwise I forget that they're there. That's the truth. And I made a list finally of all my ebooks, because I also never know which ones I have. And I'm reading one a month because, yeah, otherwise they just keep coming. I keep going to Amazon and be like, oh, this ebook is on sale, 99 cents, download, 99 cents, download. And then I'm like, all of these ebooks are there in limbo. So this year, one ebook a month, so that I can go through that list as well. Book to movies adaptations. I I have a couple of videos on that. I love to do that. It's a little bit more time consuming, but I love to do those videos. I would like to do them once a month, but I don't really have that much time. So I'll try to do it maybe once every 2 months and pick something. But I love to do those because I love movies so much. And I love books so much. I have my other channel is based more in movies and TV shows and things like that, and some collectibles. So I love both things. I've loved cinema since I was a kid, and I've loved books since I was a kid. I've been reading since I was able to read. I already asked for like a library card because I was obsessed with books. I am an only child, so it was entertainment for me. Grab my book, read a little bit. But yeah, there are some really good book to movie adaptations, and there are some very bad book to movie adaptations. Let's be honest. Yeah, maybe we can do more discussion on book to movies in more live shows. Maybe when I have a guest and we can discuss more in depth which ones are our favorites and which one are our least favorites. That'll be a topic that we could talk about. Yeah. So I think you guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. I think you guys have had enough of me for now. It is currently 10 p.m. here, so it's not too late. I guess I'm gonna go finish my book, True Crime, and I think I'm gonna watch a movie tonight. I'm catching up also with movies with new releases. I'm probably gonna watch. I think it's called The Wolf and the Snow. I think it's a horror thriller from 2020. So I think we're gonna do that. And thank you so much for everybody that has shown up at the beginning, in the middle, at the end. Like, I appreciate it so much. I was scared that I was gonna sit here by myself, all alone, with my coffee. So thank you so much, you guys, for giving me your time, for showing up, for reading with me. It's been so nice. The time flew by. Like, I feel like I've only been doing this for like an hour, and it's been 3. So I'm definitely gonna make more of these lives. And like I said, I'll try to spice them up, like adding some guests, booktubers, maybe some authors in the future if they want to join to discuss books. And maybe I can introduce you guys to some more independent authors that need a little bit more of support from the community. So thank you so much. This was a great first live for Reading Spring. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Andreas. Thank you. I was so happy that you guys showed up, for real. I really appreciate it. I hope you really had a good time. I'm glad that some of you got to finish some books, got to make some progress with their books. And I'll hope to see you all guys in our next coffee time. So I always upload Tuesdays and Fridays. And I'll see you in my videos, and I'll see you in my next live. The next live, I guess it's going to be on the 13th of February for the Evil-a-thon. Yeah, so get ready. And I think I'll try to make that one even longer if people want to do it for longer, or maybe make 2, because since it is a read along, like kind of readathon, so we need more kind of help to get through all of the books. So yeah, I think that will be cool, and also to share which kind of books we've chosen for the prompts and all of that. So yeah, definitely going to happen for the 48-hour Evil-a-thon. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you all in the next coffee time. And in February, we're going to see each other again for our next live. Thank you so much. And I wish you a great rest of the day wherever you live. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you.